up? And I was really disappointed. I was making those videos and responses I was getting. It's like you just totally missed the point. Just missed the point. You know, they were spending so much time like on like definitions and you can't tell me what to do and like you don't know how it's defined and you can't define it the way you want to define it. And it's like everything I was hearing was like it was like it was just trying to tell me what to do, trying to it was all about talking down to people. It was about, okay, you're a moron, you can't speak about us, you know, you can't put us in a group, but at the same time we all have to think the same. We all got to have the same definition of it. And it was nothing about solutions. All they were doing was just arguing about definitions all day and having to define this. And it's kind of like atheism is kind of like a distraction. It's not about solutions. It's just about getting people arguing, getting people distracted, getting people to only focus on themselves. You know, be selfish basically. It's all about you. It's all about your beliefs. It's all about, you know, only what you think. It's like, yeah, you don't have any faith. You don't have any beliefs. But after you establish that, what's next? Once you establish what your goal is, you have to complete that goal. So it's like you got people focusing on definitions all day. What is atheism? What is theism? What is feminism? Like I don't care about that. What I care about is solutions. So after I make this video, any comment that is you can't tell me what to do, you don't know what atheism is, you don't know the true definition, you can't tell us what to do, I don't need to have faith, I don't have to have belief, I don't really care about that no more. What I want is solutions. I don't care about your definitions, I don't care that you don't have faith, I don't care that you're saying, okay, you're not a religion, who cares? Like, to say you're not in a group, if you're not a group, if you think only for yourself, then why are you telling me what to do? If you're not a group and nobody's telling you what to do, you do everything on your own insight, use your own logic, then you don't need to use anybody else's definition or anybody else's knowledge, anybody else's science and anybody else's facts. You don't have to use anybody else's intellect but your own. You don't need nobody to invent anything for you because you would just invent it yourself. You don't need nobody to fix the road because you would just use it with your own intellect. You don't need nobody to fight Islam, you'll just do it yourself. You don't need anybody to do anything for you because you're thinking for yourself. If you are really a true atheist that questions everything, you will handle all problems yourself. You won't need nobody else to do it for you. You definitely won't need no religious people doing it for you. If you don't want people with faith-based, religious people solving your problems for you, it means you need to do it yourself. All I care about is solutions. Like I said, if you say anything about you can't tell me what to do, then what are you here for? If you're not here to solve problems, then what are you here for? What's the point of atheism if you can't solve problems? So I'm looking for solutions. So if I'll reply to any comment that has a solution for problems. Anything that's about I don't have beliefs, I don't need faith, I don't care about that no more. Anything about definitions, I don't care about that more. You give me a definition, I'm not replying to it. You give me a solution, I'll reply to it. Then use your own intellect. Here's a problem right here. Alright. The people in India, some of them, a lot of them, are really poor. And a lot of them live in shanty towns. Now these shanty towns they're like they're made of cardboard, they're made of wood, they're made of plastic, they're made of like anything they can find in the dump. Most of these shanty towns are near dumps. Now, what is your solution to this problem? But Indians who live in huts, what is your solution? What should their house be made of? Because you can't just give, you can give them money, because once you give them money, you know, they can buy some food now. They ain't gonna be starving that day. Because most Indians are starving. There's a lot of slavery going on in India too. So, what problem can you solve? What is the first problem you can solve if you went to this shanty town? You can give these people some food. You can give these people some money. You can build them a building. You can build them a school. Here's another problem that poor communities have. When a flood comes, they're the first to die. And you know why? It's because there's no flood wall. If we went to India and said, okay, what is your problems? What is the first thing y'all need to solve? I guarantee they would say, we need a school, or we need somebody to block the flood. Or we need better, secure homes. Here's another thing. There's so many problems in the world. Here's another thing, Muslims. Any Muslim coming into any country, what is the solution? If they do any types of terror attack, if they involved in any types of terror attack, if their community is involved in any type of terror attack, that community cannot exist. Though that person who's committed a terrorist attack needs to go. Anybody is involved with like throwing rocks or beating their wife or molesting their children, they have to go. They should not be in our country. If they can't act civilized, they have to go. That's the solution. You give them a chance. They don't act right, you need to go. If you're not contributing, you need to go. We'll take it even further. If your country is still not civilized, you either get civilized or we'll civilize it for you. It's nothing. Now, there's a lot of problems going on in America, like a lot of black folks are being told about racism and all that crap. Now, that's not black folks' problem. Black folks' problem is not graduating high school, not sex before marriage. If you're even gonna have sex, use a condom at least. And once they have a kid, they don't get married, and they just run off. That ain't got nothing to do with racism. You running off. Now, a lot of people say, well, all we have to do is just give them some jobs. Well, it's not going to work because we took too long to do that. And kids are smart. They're comparing selling drugs to working at Burger King or having some kind of trade. And selling drugs is more thrilling, and you make money faster, and it's tax-free. So you compare that to a job program or working at McDonald's, it can't compare. So, I mean, I guess the reason why they're trying to do this 15 wage thing, it ain't gonna work because companies are greedy. As soon as you bring this $15 thing, this wage, companies gonna say, we'll just replace you all with robots. You don't think they got robots already? They already got robotic vending machines. You don't think they can replace you? They're already doing it. So, I gave you a couple solutions. Another thing can solve the poverty is a lot of people don't know about farming. And a lot of poor countries don't have their own energy resource. They don't have energy. That's what's gonna get India out of the dark ages is that they have their own energy source. Now, I know you're gonna say, well, if we give them coal, that's the cheap one, but it also emits pollution. That's true. But we have to give them a chance because we started out with coal, and then we're now we have evolved and we've gotten to other types of energies. Wind energy, people say it's not really that great. It's mainly because it's only a few companies handling it. If we get intellectual minds handling it, get the people involved, then we can improve on it. But the government keeps getting in the way. And we have all types of energy. We have solar panels. They're too expensive though. The person that's living, like they was saying that they was bringing wind energy and solar energy to Mexico, but it didn't matter because nobody could afford it. So, and people living, like I said, shanty towns. What are they gonna do with a solar panel? So, we, as in us, as in people, have to solve these problems. So it'd be the energy crisis or whatever, and it's really about energy. It's not about global warming. It's not about that. What it's really about is because think about it though. If India became a superpower, let's imagine if they became a superpower. They had their own energy, they had their own resources, they had their own military. They became a superpower. You know what that would do? That would put a lot of pressure on crappy African countries, crappy Asian countries, and crappy Arabian countries. That would put a lot of pressure on them. Matter of fact, any Arab that wanted to say come to India, they couldn't because they would have their own military. So if any Muslim comes in to India and says, hey, we want to have asylum here, we want to immigrate here, and you could say, nope, you ain't civilized enough. You got to go. So it would force the Arabs to have to stay within their own countries and have to work out their own problems. See, atheism was supposed to be the answer because it was supposed to mean that atheism is not about the definition. It's about questioning things. It's about solving problems with your mind. That's what it's about. It's not about like you don't have faith, you don't have faith. It's not about that. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with questioning things and solving problems. Giving people solutions. We know, based on what you're saying, is religious people don't have any solutions. The way they have done it, it has failed. So what is the replace? We replace it with using only logic. We replace it with using only intellect. We replace it with questioning. I mean, it's simple things like, why do roads still get potholes so quickly? It's like, we should have a technology where as soon as a pothole forms, like a material, like a foam would rise up and fill the pothole automatically. Why we don't have that technology? It's insane that we still don't have this. Why is the rails on the road, like on the highway, why in the world are they made of concrete? When as soon as you hit that thing, the concrete can probably kill you. Why is all these dangers on the road? Why are they still here? It's so stupid. Why don't we have and this technology does exist, but because of regulations and all this crap, we can't do it. So, can you imagine having rails that if a car hits it, it absorbs the car or something, or the impact or the force of the car, or it catches the car, so it won't be bouncing around the road and stuff, or it won't crash through the rail. Imagine if it was something where if it hits it, it catches the car, or it slows down the force of the impact. Or in the car, foam would fill in the car and stuff like that. I saw that in a movie. They need to do that. Stuff like that. It's crazy what the technology we don't have. And or maybe we do have it, but people are not ready for it because we keep arguing all day about dumb stuff. So this is the stuff I want from intellectual people. Is solutions. What are the solutions to these problems? If you live in an area like Haiti, and you live in, let's say, near the water, you're the first one that's gonna drown when the hurricane comes or when the flood comes. You should be asking these Haitians, hey, don't y'all need a flood wall? See, I didn't question their religion. I didn't question their faith. I didn't say, man, you ain't got no faith. You know, I didn't ask them if they were atheists. I didn't ask them, do they care about global warming? I didn't ask them anything. I just said, don't y'all need a flood wall? I went straight to the problem and straight to the solution. There was no ego. It was all just in the mind. It was all about helping others. And it was all about solutions and the problem and then solution. It's about action. And then I'm asking twice. And again, what do you need to make you a flood wall? So you give them an action, and then you help them accomplish that goal. Why am I going to leave Haiti when I accomplish this goal? They need a flood wall. It doesn't matter if it was crappy. Matter of fact, if you give them a crappy one, it'll give them ideas. Like, wow, nobody has never came to us and told us that. Yeah, we need a flood wall. How come we don't have a flood wall? It's so dumb that we don't have this flood wall. Like, doesn't make any sense. You keep going there arguing about religion all day and how you guys are primitive. Okay, they're primitive. Help them be not primitive. Go to them and tell them you need a flood wall. You need to stop living in straw houses. You say, well, they're a bunch of uncivilized people, and we don't need to tell them that. Who else is gonna tell them? So you're gonna let them die because you think that your intellect is better than theirs, and they need to figure it out on their own. Just get them a heads up. Maybe they're waiting for you to come and tell them. You know, I'm sure they're getting tired of people and their families being flooded every time a flood comes. They don't know who. They don't care who brings the knowledge. Just bring it. Go to Africa. Build them a building. Build them a school. I guarantee they will appreciate it. They won't say nothing. They won't say, "Hey, are you from the church? Are you an atheist? Are you a Muslim?" They would just assume you just came only to help them. They wouldn't care who you were. If you was black, white, whatever, woman, doesn't matter. You don't care if you was a feminist group. They don't care who you are. They didn't care if you was trans. They wouldn't even care if you was gay. That you building them a school, they'll appreciate it, and they'll go about their business. They don't even care. We don't even worry about you no more. All they're thinking about is building it, is fixing up this school and get this school started today. That's all they're thinking about. All they care about is solutions. So the answer for Chicago is you have to set standards. You have to be really tough. You can't be like, well, we're just going to give them some jobs. No. The jobs that you give them are going to have to be thrilling, and they're going to have to be better than drug dealing. They're going to have to be, because most of the time they kill a lot of people because they're doing hits. They're being paid to do hits on people. So that's the reason why people get shot every day. They're over emotional, you know, and that they need some male role models, and they're doing hits. They're killing people because they're getting paid to kill people. So you need male role models, and you need to give them something better than drug dealing. You can't just give them a job because it's going to compare. It's going to be like, I made way more money doing my drug dealing than doing hits. Why would I do this? It's not worth it. So you gotta give them options. You gotta have standards. You gotta have agreements with them. If you don't do this, I'm not gonna help you again. I'm gonna help you now, and If you don't do anything with the knowledge I gave you, I ain't coming back. You know, I'll build this building for you. You can do whatever you want with it. If it ain't positive, and I'm building another one, I will come back to see what y'all did with it. But if y'all didn't do nothing positive with it, I ain't building another one. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. So I just named a couple of like problems, solutions, and that's the only comments I care about. Only comments I care about is solutions. I don't care about definitions. I don't care about your definition. I don't care about you don't have faith. I don't care that you don't believe. That's not relevant. When you not having faith or you not having belief is not relevant. Your definition is not relevant. You arguing about this, define that, define this. It's not relevant. Okay, you're not a group. That's not relevant. What's relevant is solutions. We have a lot of problems in the world. We need solutions. So if you give me solutions, I thumbs up your comment and I'll reply to it. If you say anything about definitions, you don't have belief, you can't tell me what to do, I ain't gonna reply to it. All right. Peace out.